Do you want to know how to paint eyes, if hobby holders are worth the money, and how to glaze a miniature? Well, you're in the right place. Heyo, fellow plastic painter. Welcome to the Paint It Plastic show, where I answer your miniature painting questions. If this is our first time meeting, my name is Charles, and I help beginner miniature painters learn to save time and money by teaching them to paint fast and effective. So let's jump right into it. So our first question here is, how do you paint eyes? So generally when you paint eyes, I have a video about painting eyes, which I'll leave a link to. It goes in a bit more detail, but you're gonna take your base color, which is generally a white, and you're gonna just fill in the miniature's eyes, touch up around the edges if you have to. Then you're gonna take a little bit of a black or a dark gray and just dot their eyes. Personally, I don't paint eyes unless they're like really big and easy to get at and easy to see, but I just don't think they're worth the time, and I don't think it's worth the effort. You can just fill it in with some wash and go ahead. All right, next question is, are hobby holders worth the price? So I think this is for hobby holders for like holding your miniature in place while you're painting. For me personally, they're not really worth the price. You're spending like $10 or something Canadian or more sometimes, and you're getting like a piece of plastic that'll just clamp your miniature in. And if that's what you want, that's like that security of that like hold, go for it. Like if you want to spend that kind of money. Personally, I don't think it's worth it, because you could take something like old Tylenol or Advil or some sort of old pill bottle like that, and just like use that, get some sticky tack, put that on there, then put the miniature onto the sticky tack, and you got basically the same thing, and you're using a bottle you're otherwise going to throw out. So you can use that. You can use the tops of rattle can primers. If you have like that plastic lid, you can use that as well. Put some sticky tack on that and go ahead too. All sorts of things you can do. I have like these little like photo bottles or something I got from Michael's craft store. I use them as well, and just some sticky tack on them. Away you go. So for me, you can get really cheap DIY versions of that. You just need to use a little bit of sticky tack and get a little resourceful. Question of the video. Personally, I have the hobby holders, like I mentioned. I also do my own wet palettes. I don't buy my own wet palettes. Tell me your answer in the comments below. And if you're getting any value out of this video, a like really helps it out. And our next question is, how do you glaze miniatures? Now, I always see people talking about glazing, how it's a lot of hard work, and I really don't see it, like honestly. I mean, just go down to your local bakery, get some frosting, get one of those little squeeze tube things. You make sure you cut a little hole, don't cut a big hole. And you just get your miniature and you just glaze on the part that you want to glaze, like whatever. But actually, glazing miniatures is a bit of hard work, actually. You need to get some sort of glaze medium, like Lamia medium. I've had luck with contrast paint medium as well. Vallejo does a medium as well for this. I can't remember the name of it. You want to use something like that because water isn't a good substitute in this case. Water will just affect it in a different way, so you actually do want these mediums. Then once you get a good mix in, you're going to do something like a dry brush, where you get very little paint on your brush. You're going to wipe off a fair bit of it, and then you're going to just lightly go across the miniature. You should barely notice an effect on your miniature. Like you should barely register any like color change whatsoever. And that's intentional, because you're going to slowly build up the color across the miniature. This is really cool if you want to build up intensity of a certain color. Not build up brightness, but build up like the intenseness of that color. If you're interested, in the description below, I'll have a link to a Dana Howl video where she goes over glazing in much more detail, and it's a really well done video. You should check that out. If you need anything cleared up, or you have a question for a future video, leave it down in the comments below. Hit subscribe if you really like this video, because I'm doing Paint It Plastic show videos all the time. You hit that bell icon too, so you get notified when my videos drop, so you can check them out right away. You can share this video with someone who also needs answers to these questions. But most important of all, remember to get it to the table and have a good day.